Welcome back. This is Joe Samo from San Diego. Let's give this quadratic equation a shot. We have here a rectangle with the dimensions x and 3x plus 1, and the area equals 30. The formula for an area of a rectangle is the width times height. So what we have to do is we have to multiply x times 3x plus 1, and that equals the area, which is 30. So let's do that. The x times 3x is 3x squared plus x equals 30. And then we subtract 30 to each side. We end up with 3x squared plus x minus 30 equals 0. Now we have to factor that. If you see that, look at that 3x squared. The best way to factor 3x squared would be 3x and x, right? Because 3x times x equals x squared. And then the tougher one is at negative 30. We have to come up with two numbers that multiply to negative 30, and the sum of the two numbers, when one of them is multiplied by 3, equals positive 1. All right, so let's do that right now. To get negative 30, the way I did is I tried 6 and 5 first. Okay, so let's put a 6 there and a 5 there. Okay, if you look at that, if you multiply the 5 by 3, that's 15, and then you're going to have 6 and 1x, that's 6. The difference between 15 and 6 is 9, and we need something that has a difference of 1. So that, although 6 and 5 does multiply to 30, the sum, when you multiply one of them by 3, does not equal 1. And even if you flip the 6 and 5, even if you flip it and you have 5 here and 6 there, you'd have a 6 times 3, which is 18, and 5 times 1, that's 5. So that would have a difference of 13, which doesn't cut it either. So that won't work. So then I tried a 10 and 3. So if we put 10 there and 3 there, 10 times 1x, that's 10x, and 3 times 3x, that's 9x. That has a difference of 1, which is what we want. We want a positive 1x. So that will work. And since we want a positive 1x instead of a negative 1x, we want the 10 to be positive and we want the 9 to be a negative 9. So that when you multiply 3 by 3, you want that one to be negative. Okay? So let's clean that up a little bit. We're going to have 3x plus 10 times x minus 3, and all of that set it equal to 0. And then you set the 3x plus 10 equal to 0. Subtract 10 to each side. You get 3x equals negative 10. Divide by 3, you get x equals negative 10 thirds. Now, that won't work in geometry, although it works algebraically, because you can't have x equals negative 10 thirds. You can't have a negative side, right? So that won't work. The next one we try is x minus 3 equals 0. That works, because if x minus 3 equals 0, x equals 3. Boom, that works. And then we just go up to that rectangle and we plug in 3. So where we see x up there, we plug in 3. 3x plus 1, we get 3 times 3 plus 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. And that's the dimensions. Dimensions are 10 and 3. That's the answer. All right, keep practicing with these quadratic equations. They're very fun. Subscribe if you want to see more of these. Thank you so much.